I have been searching the depths of the wilderness for the best diet for 13 years. I think we got it. We're at the pinnacle. I might write a book. That's how good I feel. This is sustainable, healthy, fun, digestively cognitive, and good. I'll tell you why. 2 meals a day. Let's get into it. If you're curious about what the first meal is going to be today, after I record this, a little cantaloupe. That's one cantaloupe, about 500 calories, roughly. And after that, this might be a mistake. I'm going to have the whole steamed Saba bananas. That's going to put me over 1100. Might not digest well. I don't know. How long do you have to wait? Eat the cantaloupe first, then this. You should live. You might not. So I'm just loving this so much. The first meal, a fruit meal, hydrating, healthy, detoxifying. And then the dinner is more of a starchy, satisfying, but it's flexible. You could have another fruit meal, a little salad and a fruit meal for dinner if you're that level. The point is 2 meals a day. I spent a lot of time eating 1 meal a day, probably over 3 years total. We did the high-fat vegan 1 meal a day, starch-based, carnivore. It's fun, it's good, I love the 1 meal, but it's tough to nourish yourself in that 1 meal. And as soon as you eat that giant meal, I die every time. I'm feeling great, fasted, then I eat the meal and it's over. Whereas this, I feel good after this fruit meal, and then the starch meal, I'm also usually alert. Sometimes I drop. Right now I'm eating in roughly a 7-hour window. Sometimes it's 6.5. So roughly that, a 17-hour fasting every day. It's not huge. You're not gonna get a bunch of autophagy benefits. It just feels good to be fasted. I'm fasted right now, I feel good. It's always great, but I'm also gonna couple this with some like 3-day, 7-day dry fasting, maybe water fasting, we'll see. So why 2 meals a day might be better than 1, it's just you can get more variety in 2 meals. You don't have to overstuff yourself in the 1 meal, and you can nourish your body. For some people, the 1 meal might be too extreme. I mean, usually I felt energized, but there were times eating the 1 meal a day where I'm kind of tired. I just didn't have it. I felt just weaker. But I get through my day, I'm fairly alert, but I just didn't have the energy to pong my mom, you know? That didn't sound right. It's ping pong. It's not. But I gotta tell you, the variety of these 2 meals being so different, the fruit meal versus the cooked, savory, starchy meal, it's such a balance. I never thought I'd reach it, but I feel like we have, and it takes all the pressure off of a Canadian fruit-based diet. Winter's coming, it's hard to get enough fruit. If you're like a fruitarian eating 3,000 calories a day or something like that, it's like, imagine all the ripe fruit and you gotta wait for it to be ripe. Oh no, my mangoes aren't ripe, I have no food. Whereas the starch is always there. You can just cook it, boom, done. So now, just 1 fruit meal, ripe cantaloupe right there. And I have a bunch ready, and it's less pressure. I'm telling you, it's the ultimate diet, except I think raw foodism is a higher realm than this, and you could transform what I'm doing now into that eventually. Admittedly, I do feel stuck on this level and it's too fun to abandon, but for most people, like, this would be an upgrade, and then eventually you might lean towards raw fooding your dinner. But there's something to be said about the potato of life. These starchy foods, like, no, you can't eat them raw. I mean, you could. There are people like grating butternut squash and like, look, you can. It's so much better cooked. Don't be a hobo bitch. Just cook it. I don't know, man. Like, why would a potato taste so good cooked? Aren't we here to improve things? You boil a potato, it's like, oh, now it's edible. Look, I'm a smart human being. Look what I've done. I've got access to a new food group. I might live. Wow. And like, just the squashes, the sweet potatoes, like, there's so much variety. Keeping it low protein still. You could go to the grain level. I suggest not even looking at grains or beans or nuts or seeds. Just fruit and starchy vegetables. Fantastic. And dare I say it, I felt stronger in my workout yesterday. It was pull day, and I was dropping like a sack on my one-arm negatives. And I actually did a couple reps of the quarter ups and I felt stronger. I was like, interesting. No protein whatsoever entering my body. We'll see if that sustains itself. It could have just been an adrenal freak out. My body's like, please feed me. Look, we have strength, I promise. Go get food, please. We'll see if it's sustainable, but I felt stronger. So there could be a muscle building path on low protein ahead of us all. 2 meals a day. Wow. So I'm gonna eat my fruit meal, go about my day, and then I'll see you back at dinner. And it's interesting, we're making a salad. That thing has evolved into some stuff, and I'll show it to you. Just out for a little walk, trying to get some slow motion footage of anything. I'm surprised that it seems like all the animals have left. Oh, there's a squirrel. Ow. Oh God. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed it hard. I suck at my job. It is a little chillier out, but I'm surprised to not see any birds. I did see a duck, but she was moving so slow. The slow motion footage didn't really do much for that scene. That is unfortunate. We'll get something. Oh, there's a hawk. Oh, we got him taken off. Oh no, I'm losing focus. Oh, that's hard. Oh man, he's so close. Alright, I'm back from the walk. Usually I start cooking this meal at 1 p.m. It's 1:30. I've broken the law, so we better get going. Hubbard squash, never had it before. I see something in the grocery store and it's a starch. It's coming with me. So got that bunch of just regular potatoes. These are all red. We got the yellow fleshers. Got a little rutabaga over here. Organic sweet potato. It's more of a yam. This tastes like cake. It's like white flesh. Fantastic. Eat white, people. You know what I mean? The tiny ones I throw in whole. If it's a bigger, I'll cut that in half. Most of these bigger potatoes I cut in half. Pressure cook for 27 minutes and you're done. Now usually as soon as the potato meal's finished cooking, I start making this salad. We're a bit behind schedule here, so we're picking it up a notch. In this bowl is just some dates, 3 dates, a tablespoon of dulse flakes, half a lemon juiced, and 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. So that's just been sitting in there. And down here I'm gonna throw a bunch of these veggies in the food processor. So we got some lettuce, a stick of celery, tiny little chili pepper down there, Thai chili pepper, reminded me of Thailand, an apple, shred that in there, a carrot, a bit of onion, and a tiny little clove of garlic. Plot twist, I'm throwing a tomato in there. I almost forgot. We got tomatoes. Nightshades, they're good for you now. Now you may be wondering, why would you throw tomatoes into a food processor? Won't that just turn it into a mushy pile of bullshit? The answer is because I'm a moron. And yes, that's what it does, apparently. I was curious, and now we know. Now we know for the future. You chop those. That looks like tomato juice. A lot of liquids in there. That's fine. That's salad. The potatoes are finished now. So I just dump out the water and then toss those into a bowl. The squash looks a little squishy. There's definite squish town. That's good times. And then I put in my leftover potatoes from the night before on top, and it'll heat up. If you put like a plate on it, it'll really heat them up. They taste like new. And now it's just a matter of stirring up your salad soup to mix with all the lemon and date stuff and the maple syrup in there. This is pretty good. It's not like the best salad ever made. I'm still experimenting. I've never tried the apples in there. I don't know what that's gonna do. Apple and tomato, it actually sounds like a nightmare food combination with the dates and the tomatoes, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but it's pretty tasty and easy to digest because it's mostly shredded already. So you're good. It's hydrating. It's like a juice. There's a lot of liquids in there. Alrighty, we'll do a little taste test of this. So usually I just eat the salad first, wait a little bit, and then have my potato and special sauce coming. Bottoms up to this. So that's an interesting bunch of flavors together. I'm buying a bunch of different ingredients to add, see what I like. I can tell you I don't like celery. I know that now. The tomato is interesting in the mush form. There's a lot of liquids. I'm gonna enjoy this to the fullest. I'll see you at the potato meal. All right, dinner is upon us. Usually I just sit down to this giant meal and I don't eat it all. I just eat till I feel satiated. We got a little bit of hot sauce that I made myself. Hot sauce, just Thai chili peppers, lime juice, a little bit of dulse flakes for the saltiness, and 1 clove of garlic. It's lasted long. It's been like 12 weeks, 2 weeks in the fridge. I think it's good, so I'm definitely gonna make this. Very hot. I don't know why I'm attracted to the spicy food right now. I think I just want the stimulation, but I do enjoy it. So we also have 3 nori sheets. So that's 3 meals right there. Plain bites, dipped bites in hot sauce, and dipped in nori. That's 3 different flavors, 1 meal. Here's what's left over the potatoes, in case you were curious. And that Hubbard squash, fantastic. I will definitely be buying one of those again. I forgot to mention, I do end up having about a tablespoon of that coconut kefir. Friendly bacteria, a little saturated fat in your donkey heart. It's good for you. So it's a decent plan. You wake up, you have some fruit, now you have all the energy you would need and you're hydrated. Go about your day, then cook a big meal, satisfying when you get home. The salad, I've noticed incorporating that salad, now my bowels, they move faster. So swift is the fiber in the salad, lots of minerals, no fat in the salad. Don't be a freak. Don't pretend down there in the comment section. You need fat to absorb the vitamins and minerals in the salad. I heard it online once. There's fat in the leaves. You freak. You don't need it. And then, boom, potato meal for fun and energy for tomorrow. Take that to the bank. So I'm gonna leave, eat my meal. Thank you for watching and thumbing up the video. You could thumb it down if you eat 1 meal every 3 days. It's a bit much. You don't fast long enough to get into the 3-day magic zone, and then you only eat 1 meal to refeed. You're gonna wither. Much unlike I will on this diet. I'm gonna build so much muscle and strength and wit, you won't believe it. So, fantastic. Loving 2 meals. It's better than 1, just because it's less extreme, you have more energy and more variety. Fantastic plan. You're gonna follow it, right? Subscribe.